Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to talk about BTC on a 2-day basis, and we're also going to talk about BTC on a 6-hour basis and all that good stuff, and what type of price action we could anticipate over the next like a few hours or even few days, depending on volatility and all that good stuff. Are we going to be able to break the resistance level 39k? We talked about 39k over the last few days, right? Or are we going to be dumping back down to like a 31k and so on, right? So that's what we're going to be focusing on, right? Over the next like a few minutes and all that good stuff, right? So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description and all that good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and dive into the good stuff, right? So let's start off with the 2-day basis, right? So on the 2-day time frame, what we said regarding BTC was like we're gonna buy at 31k right here, right? 31k going to be our buy range, and we're gonna basically just wait and see what the market going to do after that, because we knew most likely bulls gonna be showing up at 31k. So that's what happened exactly, and we did not try to rush it right after the dump down to a 31k. What I was saying was like, let's just wait for the next like a few days and see what type of a structure we're gonna get, because we waited for like over 2 weeks just to get in at 31k. After the rejection at 42, we said we're just gonna short the top, right, and basically wait for 31k to flip bullish, right? So it was over like 2 weeks. Okay, so after the dump down to 31, bought the dip right here. For the last like a few days, we just been sitting tight, relaxing, and waiting to see what type of a price action we're gonna get, right, regarding our MACD right here, because we could get a positive MACD, and if that's the case, volatility could be on the upside, okay, not on the downside. Remember one thing we said, one thing we basically did back in October was like, after we flipped positive right here on our MACD right there, price action above the 21 EMA, we just flipped bullish. Okay, we said we're going to be pushing to the upside over the next like a few months and so on, and that's exactly what happened, and we basically tap out just about like a 65k. Right now MACD could temporarily flip positive, right? That could give us a strong move to the upside, but it might not be the trend reversal we're going to be looking for. You see what I'm saying? Because price action still has to be above our 21 EMA, just about like a 44 to 46. If we pump above 44 46 area, we have to stay in that range. Okay, we cannot basically pump up to like a 44 and start to start dropping down like a 35 and so on. That could be a bearish signal, and if that's the case, we could be temporarily bearish back down to some lower prices. But we're going to talk about that scenario once we basically get something something like that. But right now we're just going to focus on our MACD, potential bullish crossover right here, just about like 39k and 40k area, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the the previous 40% pump we got right here, and I keep talking about it. One of the reasons why I'm talking about the potential pump to the upside is like, if you take a look at our indicator right here, right, our MACD right here, before the bullish crossover, it basically turned flat for like a for like a few days, for like over a week. Okay, we got the fake out to the downside. Our 21 EMA was looking to cross bearish, was showing a high volatility, potential volatility signal right here, and basically that's exactly what we got. If we take a look at our current moving average right here, our 21 EMA, it is looking to cross bearish again, and MACD right here been nearly flat over the last like a few days and so on. Over 10 days it's been flat. So could we get the same exact setup? Yes, we could. Okay, it might not be similar, right, in terms of like a percentage move. This one could be 80% pump, it could be 20% pump, we just don't know. But one thing we know is like, we about to get a high volatility range in this in this area. Okay, something to keep in mind over the next like a few days. So if you're bearish, be cautious. If you're bullish, you bought the dip, nothing to lose. Just put a stop loss and let the market do the work. As I said, the low 30k, it is not a bear territory. Okay, it is a range where bulls want to be buying the dips and bears want to stay away from shorting at 31 and below. Okay, so bulls, once again, you just have to be cautious trying to long the top right here, because over the last few days all we've been saying was like short the top, long the bottom, short the top, long the bottom. That's it, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dive into the lower degree right here. So if you take a look at BTC on the lower degree, I'm liking the lower degree. I like the fact price action is above the 21 EMA on our 6-hour basis, right? I like the volume right here. Even though volume was a little bit high, it wasn't that crazy. Okay, we got a short-term bearish divergence on the hourly, but we're going to talk about it later. Okay, so but I like it. I like the 6-hour 21 EMA support. So we just have to get the push up to the 6-hour 100 EMA. Okay, we got the support from the 6-hour 21, and we're going to be looking for the resistance up to basically 39.1. Okay, 39.1. It is going to be our 6-hour 6-hour 100 EMA. Okay, remember that, right? So now let's take a look at it in terms of range. The range we're going to be looking for, once again, it is going to be right here. This entire range is going to be a short-term bearish territory. If we do not break it, we basically could be looking for our next move to the downside, which is going to be right here, 0.618, right there, right there. Okay, that's going to be our next temporary support, if and only if, right, we do not break our 39k resistance. So I'm just going to repeat it, guys. Right here going to be our support, 33.5 up to basically 34.5, right? And our resistance level, temporary resistance, going to be just about like a 39.1 up to 39.5, because we already hit nearly 38.5. If you guys watch my previous analysis, we talked about like 38.5 going to be a resistance to watch out for, and 39.5 also going to be our secondary resistance, right? So keep that in mind, right? If we break it, once again, if we break this range, we're going to talk about it. We already talked about the 44 up to 46 resistance, which is 0.618 and 50% pullback, this range. So over the next few days, we're going to talk about it once we break above 39k or even 40k range, right? So that's all I wanted to cover for today. We talked about BTC regarding our 1-hour 100 EMA resistance. We talked about our 33.5 support. We talked about our MACD, our MACD. That could be positive over the next like a few days and so on. If the volatility is high enough on the upside, we definitely could get a positive MACD, and it could be a good sign over the next like a few days and so on, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.